fresh, freshy, flex, fresh, fresh, freshy, flex, fresh, Helmets, left, Kawit Cafe Bless.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate,
Hey,
activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
hey, hey.
Let's go.
They say I ain't saved because I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business because they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You
Hold
cannot.
on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey,
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
hey, hey.
Activate. Let's go.
They say I ain't saved because I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business because they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate.
hey.
You
Hold
cannot.
on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Before I get them, Lord.
Activate.
Hey,
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
hey, hey.
Activate. Let's go.
They say I ain't saved because I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business because they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You
Hold
cannot.
on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey,
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
hey, hey.
Activate. Let's go.
They say I ain't saved because I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business because they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hi. It must be real boring out here in these streets. Y'all ran up here. Shout out to all of you. Oh my word, I love y'all. Welcome back to my little old show over here, guys, and gals. I love y'all. Okay, welcome back to the Shine Everyway show. I told y'all I was gonna come back. So I'll be trying to keep my promises. I'll be trying to keep my promises. So I'm keeping my promises, and I'm Virgo. I'm here and I'm queer. So girl, please hit the like. Please hit the like. Why not? It's free, and I deserve it. Okay. I deserve for you to poke that like for me. Okay. It's literally just a little bit of heat sensor. Okay. And we're good to go, right? So I love you all. I know you guys love me because you're all here. That's love. Okay. I appreciate it. I definitely deserve it though. Okay. So yeah, I just all up in here. I had to say it. So I love y'all, okay? Good morning, good night, good afternoon, good evening. Okay, whatever that word. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. We're gonna get into the title. Shout out to She Not Stressed for becoming a member. Welcome, girl. There's already 1.1 in the building. Can we please hit the like, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like? Okay. I told you that I would bring you any updates that I find out. So I found out some stuff because I'm nosy. I'm going to get to the tea. That's just what I were. That's just what I were. I'm going to get to the tea. It's just what I do. Okay. A shout out to 784 for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Anytime they pop up, I'm just clicking them. Thank you so much because I just feel so bad. I just feel so bad. Okay, so the title says Jaguar Wright Johnson placed in third facility. Okay, it's true. That happened. And Jaguar removes Goomba from paperwork. Question mark? Exclamation. So let's get right into it. Now, we are going to pull up this video from Jaguar Wright. Okay, because I feel like we need to get to like the beginning, and like what happened and what that were, and all of that. So where is it? Did I go too far? Okay, there it is. So we're going to get into, what actually took place and what made her go to where she is. Okay. So I would ask for everyone to please pray for Jaguar. Like, I mean, if you do nothing else, if you could just pray for her, that would be great. God would be so pleased with you if you did that, because that means that you're a good person, right? And you overlook antics and all of that stuff and still view human beings as human beings. Okay, we're all still human. Okay, so if you could send her a prayer, I think that would be amazing. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all the people that, whether you love Jaguar, whether you hate her, whether it's in between, all of you have an opinion and you deserve to have it. You don't have to like Jaguar. You absolutely do not. If you think that she's a liar, if you think that she's a manipulator, if you think that she's a narcissist, if you you're entitled to that. Okay. I'm not taking that from you, girl. Okay. You get to hold on to that. You get to hold on to that. Okay. Sean's not taking that away. All right. But the people that like her and love her, shout out to y'all, just because you guys are amazing and y'all are super sweet. You guys really are. You send me a lot of super sweet messages, and sending y'all love and wanting me to send my love to Jaguar for you. So I think that is super sweet. So shout out to all of you guys. Shout out to Soul Sister as well for the super sticker. I'm telling you, I'm clicking them immediately because I want to show y'all that I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. So this is wonderful. Y'all putting all of this stuff in the chat. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. She needs peace. Thank you, Tammy. So sweet of you to say. Shout out to all of you. Oh, it's Javante here. Hey, Javante, wherever she is. I love you, Javante. Girl, oh my God, I love you. So yeah, so shout out to all of you guys. Oh, someone said obnoxious. Yeah, if you feel like she's obnoxious, you're entitled to that. You definitely are. So, and also you can send prayers to, oh God, you're back. No. Can you please stop bothering me? This is so gross. I'm an adult. You don't like us. Please get rid of Marcus, y'all. Please get rid of him. Go home, Roger. Like, please leave. Moderator, I'm not taking the videos down. Sue me. I like court. I like court. Shout out to Andrea. She says she's a human being, period. Period. Love for Jack. Thank you, Sean. God, love you. Love you. You're so sweet. You are so sweet. Thank you for the super sticker. So, Faith says, Sean, you have a beautiful heart. I do. I really do. I'm such a great person. I am such a great person. I am. Thank you, Faith, for realizing that in me, because it's not easy to be a good person. Shout out to LaShawn. She said, God bless your heart, Sean. Thank you. I'm so happy you guys all see my heart. It's wonderful. So for you all, it's a lot. It is a lot. It definitely is a lot. It definitely is. Right. Like not easily swayed. Girl, he tried it. Girl, nobody like, ugh, go away. You have teenager on you. Like, get out of here. So we're gonna get into this live. But before we do, I want to say this about Jaguar and Goomba. Shout out to Goomba. Again, that's we're cool. I love Goomba. Um, but I did talk to Goomba all day. I absolutely did. And it's weird because normally I'm trying to get in contact with him. But he been hitting up the kid all day. All day. So and I have the receipts to prove it. So but none that's necessary, right? Right. So he's been hitting me up all day because he's been wondering about Jaguar. He absolutely has. Shout out to is that Malwaku? I hope I'm saying that right. Kid off of things. Like, yes, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Bless. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you. Right. So Goomba has been calling me all day. What did we on the phone? Hey, Bernard. We've been on the phone all day. Hey, Gerald. So, girl, we've been on the phone all day because Goomba does not know anything. Yeah. Goomba does not know anything because, like my title say, Jaguar removed him from all the paperwork. So they're not contacting him for anything. He has no idea where his wife, and I use that term loosely, according to Goomba, is. He doesn't know where she is. He has no idea. Okay? That's what that word. He don't know where she is. He called out to me. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, you don't know your wife? And you know I'm not married to her, right? That's your alleged wife. That's your strange wife. I'm like, if you don't know, how would I? I ain't know no damn paperwork. You are. So I'm like, what you asking me for? If anything, I should be asking you. You know, where your wife is. Okay? But, okay. Shout out to Andrea Britt for becoming a member. Shout out to you. Welcome. He had no idea. Okay. So he had contact Jaguar's mother to find anything out. Okay. And the paper trail that she gave him didn't add up to the paper trail that I found. So I'm like, okay, well, because Goomba has been very concerned all day. I just won't. I'm just saying. I'm just telling y'all, he has been very worried all day. I'm serious. Goomba has been hitting me up all day. All day. So yeah, he's very concerned about his wife. Princess. Loosely being used. I'm like, oh my God, do you want her? Do you want my friend? And he said no. I was like, oh, okay. Change your heart? What that word? You want her? I'm confused. So he said no. Shout out to Evangelist Val. She says, hey, Sean, sending love and sincere prayers to Jack, comfort, healing, and deliverance. Love you, boo. And the head. Oh my God. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. I love the Evangelist Val. I love you, girl. Shout out to Evangelist Val. I love you, sweetie. Yes, and she could use all of y'all prayer, especially you, Val, because girl, your prayer powerful, girl. Girl is powerful, girl. So yes, please pray for her. Please, 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 because she needs it. I mean, that's all you can do. At this point in time is pray. So shout out to Honeybee. She says, Sean, I love you. You got on my last nerve. And Funny Bone and my body. I love you, Honeybee. Shout out to you. Love you. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Shout out to Craft Gone Wild. She said, Craft Girl, sorry, Gone Wild. Love your content, brother. Goomba needs to move on as he said he was. Girl, I am not disagreeing with you. I am not disagreeing with you. Soul Sister said Goomba is Goomba. It's full of it. Full of it. Full of it. Oh, it's the burlester. Oh, it's the burlester. Okay. Please block him. And why are you fat in this picture? You're not fat anymore, allegedly. So I don't know why you keep. I'm an adult, Damon. Like, why y'all keep coming up here? I'm not a child. Am I giving child life? Am I giving teenage? Gross. So I'm here for. I just don't know where you guys are. Over here, get away from me. Like let's go to court. Like, ugh, gross. And I got a breakdown video coming to you, Marcus. Like, yeah, you tried it. And Chris, I ain't number 2 seconds off you, burlester. So yeah, please go sit down, cousin fucker. Like, please go sit down. Like, you slept with your cousin. Yeah, like you tried it. Gross. So I like court. Let's go. I like court. I got a real cute outfit picked up for it too. Hair flip. Gross. Moderators. Handle that. So before I was rudely interrupted by M-worders. Okay, before I was rudely interrupted by M-worders. Goomba was very concerned about his wife. With parentheses, loosely said. Because according to Goomba, he had to grin and everything when he told her on that live that we're married. We're not married. Get your married hands off me. We're not married. Okay? But now, I guess they're married. Okay? And Goomba, okay, y'all, is concerned about his estranged wife. I said, well, what that were? Well, what that were? What that were? Why you worry about her? Moving on, right? Let's do that. Okay. You said that Jacqueline was a single woman. Okay. You said she was single as hell. They don't get no more singler than her. She is literally living single. She could have been on a cast. How single she is. Okay. Agree. And now Goomba is very concerned. Okay. About his wife. Okay. So I said, okay. But there's no love there. You don't want her back. Gross, right? And he basically said yes. And that's what they were. That's what they were. So he said that he called Jaguar's mother. Okay. And Jaguar's mother told him what they told her. Not Jaguar, but what they, okay, as in Jaguar's crisis team is what I call them, the crisis team. Because I think it's cute. The crisis team, y'all, said, oh, let me get into the super stickers. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, let me go. Boom. Shout out to Shreen. She says, love to Jag. I know what it's like. Love you. Shout out from Ireland. Shout out to Ireland. Oh, yes. That's Shreen from Ireland. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, sweetie. Shout out to, is it Ayaya Sean? I hope I'm saying it right. Sean, you look good. Dead. Goomba just wants to keep tabs on her. That's why he's concerned. Interesting. He says that he doesn't want to be back with her. He just says that he, is worried that he cares about her. I'm like, well, you ain't been showing that over the last week. Like going to the ex's house and all that good stuff. But doesn't mean that he's not concerned, you know. Just what. Thank you for the super sticker. A shout out to Petra. I hope I'm saying that right. For becoming a member. Welcome, sweetie. Welcome. Oh my god, I love you too. So when Goomba talked to Jack's mother and she told him about what the team said and whatnot, she gave him a location to where Jaguar was or is. So I called set location, right? And it's like a private hospital, well, emergency room, if you will. But she was not there. Okay. And the original place that she was at because people say that she doxed where she was. She's been there before. And two, she already knew she was being transferred. She knew she was leaving the hospital that she came to originally and going to another one. So that's why I guess she felt comfortable stating the address. Y'all know Jack. She's a lot. So with that being said, the place that Goomba thought she was, because he says that her mother, Jaguar's mother, told him that that's where she was not in set place. She was not. I called, and they stated that they didn't have anyone of her name in their system or being currently in the system now. So she hadn't been there. All right. With Jaguar not being there, it's like, okay, well, if she's not there, where is she? Type of situation. So I was on a prowl like all day, looking for her. There was a lot of people calling, and I believe which I did end up finding her. I did. But where she is, I believe that a lot of people, from what I'm getting, a lot of people have been calling and were calling around, looking for her. And for her safety, they were not telling people where she was. But one thing I will say, I think it was my specific information. I am so amazing. I literally am. But the specific information that I had is what made, because I really just wanted to make sure that she was okay, because I was kind of starting to freak out a little bit, because I'm like, okay, well, where is she? Like we just want to know if she's okay. Like, she got a lot of enemies. So is she all right? Is she good? Is she like alert and coherent? And all of those things. Cause I was starting to kind of get a little worried, because I'm just like, okay, well, this doesn't make sense, because no one knows where she is. Like, that's weird, to she's just gone. I'm like, yeah, no, she ain't no just damn gone. So I'm like, no, we need to figure this out, and we need to figure this out immediately. Shout out to Lady Blue for the super sticker. I love you. She says, my boy, how are you? I'm doing good, girl. This is your girl, Lady Blue from 2022. I see you are doing well. I am, girl. We just hit 116K today. Ooh, girl, I'm at. Girl, we hit 116 today, girl. Oh, girl, I'm at. What else she said? She says, I see you doing. I am. I've been catching the replays. I sent you a cash app a couple weeks ago. Oh, did you, girl? I'm pretty sure I probably, because I always check my cash app. So a shout out to all the people that is supporting Scam Our Russ all 2023. Appreciate y'all. I hope you received it. I'm sure I did. I love you. NYC love. Shout out to NYC. Shout out to Lady Blue. I love you, Lady Blue. Love you. Shout out to Honeybee. She says, I'm gonna say this again. I love me some Jag Warrior. Yeah, me too. I love Jag. She just scares me. I get so scared, like, with her actions, because I'm just like, girl, like, this could end up so bad. Shout out to, is it a Janae? Azanae? Watching you from my home, sweet home, on the beautiful island of the U.S. Ooh, shout out to the Virgin Islands. I'm jealous. Oh, it's so beautiful there. I'm jealous. Oh, thank you so much, sweetie. Love you. Thank you. I like to acknowledge this. I'm sorry, y'all, but I hate when they fly past, because then I feel bad. Like, people, it's like, I don't appreciate it, and I absolutely do. So I'm trying to make it a thing to every time they pop up to hit them, because my chat be flying, because we're popping. So upon my investigation, because I was not going to rest until I found her. I'm like, I need to, just to know that she's okay is good enough for me. Like, I don't need to speak to her. I don't need to ask her any questions, or anything like that. I just want to know that she's okay, and we're good, you know. After that, shout out to Tanya for becoming a member. Yeah, y'all better get them likes up. Shout out to Faith. Get those likes up. Get the likes up, please, please, please. Get the likes up. I love you guys. Please get the likes up. So it's over 2,500 y'all in here right now. Please hit the like. Please, please, please. Shout out to Shoni. I'm sorry if you sent the super chat. I love you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Oh my god, I love you. I'm so sorry. See, this y'all do this to me. Y'all make me feel horrible. I'm so sorry. I love you. So yeah, so I was arrested until I found her because Goomba had no idea where she was because he called me all that. So I'm figuring like, oh, okay. And there was other things going on in Jaguar's life that I'm like, it's just too much. I'm just like, I can't deal with all of this, and deal with my life too. Gross. Gross. Okay. I'm gonna have to take care of my life, and then we can come back to this, So her flip. So I called Jaguar's mother. Okay. Not like literal called her, but called her, right? Meaning through another party. And I let her know that, hey, Jaguar's not there. This is where she is. And I talked to the place that Jaguar is, and she's doing really good. From what they say, I'm like, oh, I really hope y'all not lying. But I really think that they just have her really like drugged up. So honestly, I think that's why they said that, because they said she was doing fine, and and all that good stuff, and that she was there, and that she was being cared for properly. So we will get into that, but before we do, I feel that we should go into the past so we can see how we got here. Now, people were going around stating that Goomba is the reason that Jaguar got placed to where she is now. Now, I'm going to start off because, again, this is a journey. So, without people being extremely confused, yes, Kimberly, heavily sedated, heavily sedated. So, I'm trying to break this down as good as I can. So, we all remember back to Jaguar having the barber shop incident, to where she was first placed into a ward to check on her, make sure everything was good, get her stabilized, make sure she's back on her medication, finding a regimen for her, all that good stuff, right? So then after that, Jaguar was released. Now, she was in there for about 2 weeks, like around 2 weeks. She was inside of the ward, and they released her. When they released Jaguar, she was released under stipulations, okay? She had to continue her medication, and she had to take them at the proper times and the correct regimen of it. Sorry, regimen of it. And she also had to go to outpatient. Okay, there was a few other things that she had to do as well in order to stay on the up and up with these mental care facilities. Right? She didn't do any of that. She did none of it. Okay. Then you have the incident after she was released at the airport in Illinois, the TSA situation. Then after that, you have the situation with her and the jail with the officers, or the police station with the officers. So what this is showing is that things are getting worse. It's not showing that things are getting better. Okay. Now, when they released her last time, they released her to Goomba and her mother, and whatnot, basically, to people that they feel can help her, with her medicine regimen, and all of that, and take her to outpatient, the things that she was supposed to be doing. They released her to them, right? So with Jaguar removing Goomba in my title from the paperwork to have any authorization over her at all, so he has no authorization over Jaguar. Jaguar is not who did it, because at this moment in time, Jaguar cannot make decisions for herself. They're not allowing her to. That's why she has a team, this crisis team. It is a nurse, a doctor, and a caseworker. Okay. So these people are going to be handling and making the decisions for her. Now, last time Jaguar was in the ward, a doctor went to court for Jaguar to let the judge know what the evaluation results came out as and what he recommended, whether she go home or whether she stay. The doctor recommended that she stay longer. So that is what happened. Okay. And then they released her to Goomba and her family, right? So now it's the same situation with her being there now. They're not going to do the same thing over again because they released her to the same set people last time and nothing happened. Like nothing good. No one prevented anything that she has been doing, right? So her team removed Goomba from the paperwork. It was not Jaguar. The last Jaguar said about Goomba, she's not getting a divorce. I love her. She says that she's not getting a divorce. So I don't believe that she would have willingly removed him from set paperwork. But if her team basically has control, which there was a court date today, allegedly, I don't know that for a fact, but I was told that there was a court date for Jaguar today, and the team spoke on her behalf instead of her. So I don't know if the judge granted the team authorization over her, more so of like a ward of the state type of situation. But Goomba no longer has authorization over Jaguar. He does not. So any say so, anything that would happen to Jaguar, it is so say they needed to make a decision with medication or a release or anything like that. Now it's her mother. So now they contact her mother. So now her mother doesn't necessarily have power, but she will be the first alerted of anything. So if anything changes, or anything like that, like her being moved and transported to another facility and whatnot, they did contact her mom and let her know. So I believe that Jaguar did was transported because she's no longer at the place that she was at. So she did leave. She's not there. And I do know where she is now, but it's not where her mother thought she was. So I don't know if she just got her wires crossed with the information that they gave her, or if they just put some options about something else out there or discuss something else. And I don't know if she just got confused, but that's not where she was. She was not there. And so now Goomba, if Jaguar, because I was talking to somebody earlier, and they were just like, "Oh, well, Goomba can go up there and get her." I'm like, "No, he cannot," because at this point in time, Goomba has no power over Jag. That's why he is basically the last to know. That's why he now has to contact Jaguar's mother to find out any information because they are no longer calling him like they were before. So when she was in there the first time, Goomba did get certain information. He absolutely did, court dates and when she was getting out, if she was getting out, the time she was getting out, where she was getting out. That's how he knew where to pick her up from, and all of that stuff because they were in contact with him. But now they're no longer contacting him. So it's kind of like losing the rights to your kid. You can't really contact them anymore because your rights are gone. So if he was looked at as the next of kin of power or power of attorney, he's no longer looked at in that way. He's just Goomba at this moment in time. We have as much power as he does, none. And again, I don't know if that was shout out to Andrea. She says mental health patients are assigned to a team in place in case the patient becomes unstable. It's a part of her care plan. Even if you just go talk to therapy, they create teams. No, absolutely. So yeah, she the Jaguar no longer, because that is how I believe they're viewing her due to past things. So to get into the real reason of Jaguar going to the hospital is because of this live. This live is definitely one of the main reasons that she got the mental health warrant put out for her in the first place. So who you talking about, Goomba? He don't care, Goomba. I, I don't know. I mean, he was saying that he's single, and Lauren says Goomba is not worried about Jag. He care about he about to have Lord, not OnlyFans page. I cannot. Well, she didn't take her meds. She didn't. She absolutely didn't take her meds. So did I miss a super chat? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we're gonna get into this live, and we're going to point out some points in here because people want to shout out to Big Reds for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you so much. Shout out to Christy for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. I'm sorry, the live chat just be flying. I want to make sure I miss any more. Did I get Larissa? Did I get you? I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you so much. I love you. I'm sorry. I'll be trying not to because I'll be losing my point. and I'll be trying to find it again. Just like these basic assholes in the chat talking about some get to the point. The point is gotten. Like, I know where she is. She's doing good. Gross. Goomba don't. You see the title? Goomba be removed from paperwork. I already explained that. She's in a third facility. You want the name? Okay. So getting into the live, let's get into some of the points where Jaguar got this mental health warrant put out her in the first place.
From the beating I took on.
The manager's office is Gunner speaking.
Yes, I'm trying to get in touch with the mayor.
Okay, and if you need the mayor, I need to transfer you to the her assistant's office. One moment, please.
Thank you.
First up, the mayor. Okay. She called the mayor in the mayor's office. She's going to talk to the assistant, and she's going to talk to the assistant. She says some stuff when she talks to her. So we're going to get into that a little bit, and then we'll keep going.
I love that painting of Grace Jones. She's my idol.
May I ask the purpose of the call?
My name is Jaguar Wright.
Okay. One moment, please.
Mm-hmm. Grace Jones is so fierce. Oh, I love her. My Bond girl.
In order to send a tip to the DeSoto Police
No
Department,
hair and
text
don't
DeSoto
care and
the tip
fabulous
to
Strange,
847-411.
baby.
Tips can also be submitted
I
anonymously
bought this
via the
painting
City
off
of
a local
DeSoto's
artist
Facebook page
yesterday.
at www.facebook.com.
I told her my name. I said I'm Jaguar Wright.
Onto the city's
Listen.
website at www.DeSotoTexas. Thank you for calling the City Secretary's office. This is Tasha.
Hello, Tasha. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Well, I'm still a little sore from the beating I took on Monday. But other than that, I'm blessed.
You're live? Interesting.
You know, I got a nasty shot to the ribs and they sprained my wrist. And I got bruises on my arm. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, that's the second time in a month. You know, the first time Ramirez beat me up. It's all on YouTube. Them with me hog-tied, standing on my back with my face pressed in the concrete, trying to break my glasses. They cut my cold clothes off me, $100 bra off me. They beat me up. I just started getting over the bruises and the scars from that. Now I got some fresh ones. Courtesy of DeSoto Police. You know, huh?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what were you about to say?
No, go ahead and say what you were saying.
Well, after 2 beatings in 5.5 weeks, hospitalization, I was drugged repeatedly, restrained, held down, kangaroo court twice, and now I'm out on bond, and I was the victim. What that sound like to you, Tasha? And all because I've been trying to report that Bobby over there just crossed away from you. Pleasant Run in Hampton. Legends Barbershop, Suite 517. You know where, over there at the Big Lot. Bobby sells drugs out of that shop. Every day. And I know he's been doing it every day for the past 4 years. Because he sold that weed to my husband with that fentanyl in it that done took his mind. And there's nothing but kids that hang up there at that shop, Tasha.
Mind you, this is the mayor's assistant that she is talking to about what she's talking about. Okay? Mayor's assistant. Keep that in mind. Just saying, keep that in mind.
Now, I tried to report to the police on this shop 25 times, and instead, I just keep getting beat up and arrested. What that sound like to you, Tasha? That wasn't rhetorical. You were saying?
I'm not privileged to that information.
Well, you're privileged to it now. Bobby is selling weed with fentanyl to the DeSoto community right across the street from you. What that sound like to you, Tasha?
So you don't think people are gonna like worry about her during a phone call like this? I mean, so if you're the mayor's assistant, this woman was speaking to you right now, in the regard that she's speaking, you're not going to think that something's wrong. I mean, you're gonna want to do something too. Send someone. Like, again, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. This is the mayor's assistant.
You know, it's the citizens that pay the salaries of the city workers, including the police. My brother is a tax-paying citizen. He live over there on Lakeview. Been a tax-paying citizen for 17 years. My auntie live over there off of Wintergreen. My cousin live off. I mean, I could talk about the people that I love here who pay taxes for the cops to protect their community, not facilitate a criminal, a convicted criminal who runs a drug den that poses as a barbershop. Do you know that the phone number that he has online when you Google the shop don't even belong to the shop? It belongs to a former barber that used to work there. He quit 2 years ago. Ain't that false advertisement when you start putting false information on Google for a public business that is registered and bonded in the city of DeSoto? Am I wrong? Please tell me if I'm wrong.
That's right. I can say that information and have someone call call you back regarding your concerns.
You don't have to have someone call me back about my concerns. I'm telling you that where you work right now on Pleasant Run Road is less than a quarter mile away from where they're selling weed with fentanyl in it to this community.
So again, this is a lot, that is going on. And again, I gotta keep saying it. She's talking to the mayor's assistant, okay, saying all of these things that you will report to the police department. And with her saying that my auntie lived down the street, and and I'm telling you that less than, what would you say, a block away, half mile away, or something like that, that this is going on in this barbershop, and that you need to do something about it. What does this sound like to you? How do you feel? Again, it sounds like a person that is living in a lot of delusions, and there's a lot going on that you can't necessarily explain. You just could tell that this person isn't mentally okay. There's definitely something going on in the brain that they obviously can't handle alone. So we may need to send somebody over there, whether it's a wellness check, or something like that. But again, she called, and this was one of the people on the long list of people she decided to call. And again, with us talking about Jaguar, Jaguar is literally content. Not only was she a celebrity back in the day, like, don't nobody need to explain that. She literally is on YouTube. She has her own channel. Jaguar is not a victim here, not in this situation. Jaguar brings these things upon herself. Jaguar, just like I know, just like you know, just like we know, definitely needs assistance. Okay? I'm not going to say she needs help. I'm going to say she needs assistance. She needs assistance into getting better. She can't do this by herself. Like, she literally can't. So I feel that if Jag does get a hold of a phone, or something like that, or the internet, she is going to watch us. And when she does, I want her to hear all type of opinions, because she needs to, because that's what's going to help her, like, especially being medicated on a regimen, which I'm hoping they have her on something that she can handle, instead of just having her like all, just drowsy and sleepy and going in and out of, consciousness all day. Like, that would be very unfortunate. But yeah, I just think that she needs to hear everyone's opinion on this, because Jaguar wants all of this public, because it is. None of this is happening behind the scenes. So why do we have to talk about it behind the scenes? That's weird. I mean, it really is. Y'all should go offline and talk about this stuff like that's where it happened. It didn't. You see how I can pull this up? This is on a live. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's keep going. People are so weird.
I'm giving you information. Question is, what you gonna do with it? Or are y'all just gonna keep letting me get beat up and arrested falsely and hospitalized and drugged so that they can cover the fact that Bobby is pushing drugs for the Jimenez cartel? And you know what they did to that little girl over there in Lancaster, and y'all let somebody invite that up here? Don't he got to pay his taxes to the city for his business? How does he pay his taxes? There's never no one in there getting haircuts. And when you call the number on Google, it goes to somebody that hasn't worked there in 2 years. Now, I don't know, Tasha. Don't that sound just a little, something ain't right in the buttermilk with that? How he get customers? Don't nobody call there. How's he paying his taxes for his business? How's he still licensed? How's he paying it? He ain't cutting no hair. They sit out there and smoke weed with children present, while the cops sit in that parking lot. And y'all ain't nothing but less than a quarter mile away. And you telling me y'all don't know? Y'all don't know Bobby? Don't he got to come over there to City Hall to handle his affairs as a public business owner with a phone number that don't even belong to the shop on the website. What that sound like to you, Tasha? Black woman, my African American Nubian sister. What that sound like to you? My lawyer will be in touch. Don't worry about calling me back. I'll just have him call you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
God help y'all. This next election for you is going to be hell. Motherfuckers. Now that was that call.
Now that was call one. Okay. The mayor's assistant, Tasha. Okay. Here's the next call. Let's get into the next call.
Listen to this one. Hello?
Yes.
I'm sorry. My name is Jacqueline Wright. I was unlawfully detained earlier this week, and the police, when I posted bond, kept my phone, my Galaxy Note 10. They kept my gold hunting knife with black handle, and they kept my knuckles that I use when I break down my herbs. I was making product that day when I came through. Now, they kept all of these things unlawfully. They said they were keeping my phone for evidence, but the evidence that they were looking for wasn't in the phone. And I know because I went and I checked my account. And unfortunately for them, I guess they don't know Instagram so well. When they went into my phone, when they finally broke in through the code, they went live on my page. And it was screen recorded by over 500 bloggers. Now, I'm just curious. Why would DeSoto police need to go live on my Instagram account?
I can't speak for that. I don't know what occurred.
You do realize every day y'all hold my property unlawfully is another $500,000 that I'm going to ask for.
Now, this is the police department. Everyone, pretty much, from what I'm gathering, in a police department is considered an officer. So, no, even if they're answering phones, they're still like an officer, right? So what she's saying to these officers, and it's going to get worse, but threatening, lawsuits and whatnot to parties that aren't involved in it, like, you can tell that there's something not right, that this woman clearly is not in her right mind. So I think that that's why they handle her with care, like no different than Tasha, the assistant of the mayor's. I think that you kind of like something clicks with you immediately, and you kind of just realize like what you don't know exactly what you're dealing with, but you have an idea of what you are dealing with. So to kind of like handle it delicately, just kind of just do more listening than talking type of situation. So, but it's the threatening, just no different than with Tasha. When she talked to her, oh, you're going to have a hell of a hard time with the election this year, stuff like that. God help you, and all this. It's like those can be considered threats, no different than here. It's going to be another 500,000. That's like a threat. Like, it's not a request. That's a threat, but again, let's keep listening.
Okay. I'm suing you people, but I want my property. Hello?
I understand that, but unfortunately, I can't release anything until the detectives give me the permission to do so.
Well, listen, your detectives are in trouble. Now, y'all can have my property ready, and I can have somebody come collect it today, or I'll just have my lawyer come collect it when he drops off the $10 million lawsuit that I'm about to file against y'all for being unlawfully detained, unlawfully hospitalized and drugged, beaten, property destroyed. Y'all have ruined over $800 worth of my property. And all because you're covering for Ramirez, who's working.
I literally have a video talking to her, her giving a public statement from the hospital. And not only that, if Jag wasn't in the hospital, she would be live. Moving right along. We got to stop blaming everyone else for her actions. I would agree with that if that were true. I think a lot of people hold Jag accountable for her actions. And it's no different than me showing this now with the phone calls. A lot of people are blaming it on Goomba. It's not, don't get me wrong, did Goomba contribute a little bit? A little. But the reason she's there is because of her. She is the reason that she is where she's at right now. She is the reason why she's in the hospital. She's the reason. 100%. Mental illness or not, you are the reason you are there. We cannot blame this on somebody else because that's the problem now. Because that's enabling to me to blame it on somebody else. For me to be like, this is all Goomba's fault. No, it's not. I feel like that I would be completely enabling her. And I'm not going to do that. No, this is your fault. It is. Now, were there other factors playing in this? Yes. Yes. But do they overpower what you did? No. None of what Goomba did, which was, just simply putting out something that, because literally during this is the thing. Literally during this live, Jaguar, when she called the VA, she was calling the VA to put on Goomba what Goomba put on her. Literally. So you don't get to do that. You're literally on the phone with the VA to get a mental health warrant placed on Goomba. And it did not work. Instead, it backfired and went on to you. So how is that Goomba's fault? When Jaguar made that call, which was on a Saturday, the call that we're going to get into in this live, they have been looking for her ever since. They have been looking for her ever since. She made these calls. Goomba went on the phone with the VA hot crisis line about Jaguar. He was not. They contacted Goomba because Jaguar told them to. Is Goomba a victim? No. He absolutely is not. But just like I said yesterday, neither is Jaguar. Tit for tat, toxic. Both people were being toxic against each other. Like, she live saying he blew up cars and all the time. I mean, saying that she called the Arizona or had somebody or somebody called the Arizona PD, about the car being blew up and saying it's Goomba's fault. All of this, like, all of that's just fine. All of that's just, that is cool. She did all of that because Goomba, no, right is right and wrong is wrong. What Jaguar was doing was wrong. What Goomba was doing was wrong. There's no victim when both people are wrong. Even if somebody is coming for you, there's a way of handling it. It does not mean that you have to get even. It doesn't mean that. And if you choose to, then you're just as toxic as the person you're going after. And that's how I look at it. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. As Jack said, her content feeds people. It absolutely does. Mm-hmm. It sure do. It sure do, girl. Because we over here full. My girl. So, but yeah, let's keep listening.
With Bobby over there at Legends Barbershop, selling weed with fentanyl in it, right here in DeSoto.
Like I said,
You
I
sound
can't release anything
speechless.
until the detectives give me permission.
Honey, UPS is hiring, okay?
I'm recording them.
Because you finna need a job, baby.
Okay.
I'm going to tear down that whole department.
All right. Like I said, I don't have the authority to release anything.
What's the detective's name that's holding it?
That would be the detective that's working your case is just named Detective Bohr.
Detective Bohr. He tried to break my wrist when they tackled me, all 5 of them men in that lobby, and it was on film, and it's all over YouTube. He tried to break my wrist.
Wow, that's a lot. Shout out to the people that's saying that all bloggers are eating off of Jag. We absolutely are. Just like she's eating off of us, literally. Literally. And again, us bloggers could not eat if you didn't watch. We don't get paid off of content, we get paid off of views per content. Okay. So while you reaching in my pocket, put money in it, because that's literally what you're doing by watching me talk about Jag. You're a bigger contributor than you think. But let's keep going. Just when you thought you were right, just when you thought you had something, please don't come in here loud and wrong. You look stupid.
You know that? Is that typical? Is that typical? Is that typical? Is it typical for a detective to try to break a person's wrist while they're in handcuffs? And that's the detective on my case? The one that assaulted me? Don't be mad. UPS is hiring. You're going down. I've already contacted the DEA, and the next phone call that I'm about to make is to the mayor's office. I've collected evidence, and I'm collecting more and more every day. Do you want people to know all your sins? Because they're about to find them out.
I can't release anything to you
until Detective Board tells you to. The detective who tried to break my wrist. That bitch just hung up. Damn. Yep, I've already sent emails to the DEA. What call is this? I have so many calls.
Good afternoon. DeSoto Police Department. How may I direct your call?
Yes, I'm calling to report a crime. Oh, shit.
Okay. Let me give you that number.
It's Jag narrating in the back for me. Like, she literally makes me laugh. Like I told you yesterday, like she be cracking me up. Like literally, like because we had a conversation the other day, and I was like, Jag, don't you think that you should? She was like, what? I said, apologize. She says, now look, Sean, I will do anything for love. She even sang it on the phone. She said, but I won't do that. I said, Jaguar. Like she's just, because I'm like, I feel like you should apologize, don't you? You don't think you should probably, you know? And she was just like, no. It's just like, that is not happening. Like, nah, I do a lot for love, Sean, but I'm not doing that. You know, so I'm just like, wow. And I just laughed so because it was just so funny. Like, she is funny. Like, she really is. Like, she cracks me up. Like, she really does. So just like right there with the phone, and she was like, damn. Yeah. I miss her. Like, she cracks me up. So yeah, I miss her. I really do. Like, she cracks me up.
I know I need to talk to a detective.
Well, the crime has to be reported to the police officer first.
Yeah, I know I need to talk directly to a detective because the police officer that y'all will send is crooked. I need to talk to a detective.
Again, mind you, too, this is the second call to the DeSoto Police Department. Remember, the woman before her hung up, so she called back, and this time she wants to speak to a detective. Okay, so this is the second. Like, she talked to Tasha, the mayor's assistant. Then she talked to a 911 or a police operator or whatever, and then now she's calling back and talking to another. So this is the third phone call, okay? Third phone call.
1 minute, please.
This is DeSoto Police.
Anonymous,
and law enforcement can relay information back and forth with the tipsters who will again remain anonymous. In order to send a tip to the DeSoto Police Department, DeSoto and the
I'm
tip,
from Philadelphia where they got real cops.
tips can
And the
also
dirty
be
cops
submitted
know how to
anonymously
handle
via
their
the City of
business.
DeSoto's
I'm from
Facebook
Philadelphia. I
page
got
at
your country bunkies beat, yo.
www.facebook.com/TX.
Criminal Investigations.
Yes, may I ask who I'm speaking with?
This is Detective Mossmer.
Detective Mossmer?
Yep.
Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Detective Mossmer. I'm calling you because I'm calling to report a crime that's happening in DeSoto, and it's been happening every day for the past, 4 years, and it's getting worse and worse.
Okay, have you made a report yet?
Well, no, I tried to make a report, but every time I come up there, they arrest me and they beat me up.
Okay, well, what's going to need to be done is first is a report from a patrol officer.
Well, yeah, no, I can't talk to a patrol officer because all y'all gonna do is turn it over to Ramirez, and Ramirez is a dirty cop that works for the very barbershop I'm calling to report. I can't talk to your patrol officers. They're all on the take.
No, ma'am.
Yes, they are. I just got off the phone with a witness.
Mind you, this is the detective. This is a whole detective she's talking to, okay?
Verified it. Y'all cops, your patrol cops know that Legends Barbershop, your patrol cops know that Legends Barbershop is selling drugs for the Jimenez cartel. Do you know on their website for Legends Barbershop, they have a phone number? And guess what? The number don't even belong to a shop. It belongs to a former employee, and they're refusing to let him take his phone off of it. I just got off the phone with him. He's very upset, especially after I told him about all the coke and the drugs and the weed with the fentanyl that they selling. And I told him, bro, they got your number on this online. He said, are you fucking kidding me? He said, Bobby ain't shit. He said he must want to go back to jail. He said he had to call Google because he got to get his number off of there because he don't want to be in touch. So tell me something, officer. Yep, just detective. Like Charleston White. You're a detective, right? How the fuck you ain't detecting what's going on over at Legends? I'm doing all your work for you. Or do y'all just like drugs? Do you just like drugs being sold in DeSoto?
Is there anything else you can do that I can do for you?
What are you talking about? I'm calling to officially report a crime, and you're sitting here acting like I'm interrupting your lunch.
Okay. So
or do I need to have the do I need to call the DEA and let them know what's going on so they can come and do your job for you?
That's fine. If that's what you want to do, you can.
Oh, by the way, officer, this call has been recorded. You're going to be famous on YouTube today. Love ya. Now, listen to this.
That was her speaking to the detective. Now, this is her calling the crisis hotline on Goomba. Okay? Telling them all type of stuff about Goomba so that they can go and get Goomba, so that they can put a mental health warrant on Goomba or a white warrant on Goomba. Listen.
Hello? I'm on my medication. Yes, it's called Jesus, demons. Oh, yes. Is this the barbershop?
Yeah.
Because I have a son.
This is her calling the barbershop. Not the barbershop. Because she told the detective that there was a number posted that was for the barbershop, but it wasn't the barbershop. It was actually one of his friends. So, ex-employees, my fault. Ex-employees. So this is that recorded call.
Son that needs to get his hair cut.
This is not Legends, though.
Oh, you're not? Well, why are you attached to Legends?
It's just on my phone still.
But why?
They won't let my number come off of Google. They're trying to charge me to take it off Google, so.
That's crazy. Wait a minute. Doesn't Bobby own that shop?
Yeah, I told the owner and he don't really care. So I told Bobby, so he don't really care, you know.
Yeah, someone said in the chat, Jaguar Goomba. I said she called on Goomba first. She did. The crisis call, which is next. She was calling on Goomba. If you could listen to her. She's talking about Goomba. She's saying that he's doing certain things, that he's trying to attack her, that she's scared, that he's stalking her, you know, and all of this stuff. So she was literally trying to get what Goomba got put on her onto him at that point in time, but it didn't work because they did contact Goomba. They did after she made this call.
With you leaving your number on there, so just in case somebody come investigating, they'll call you and not him.
Damn.
He a whole scam artist.
Oh shit! I know it was kind of fishy.
No, it's very fishy. What kind of barbershop that advertises online don't want their phone number that go to their business online?
That's what I said. When you Google it, it's my number. I'm like, bro, you don't want your number?
Well, did you used to work there?
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. Like,
did you work with Billy?
Nah, I don't think so.
My husband used to work there. Gerald Johnson. They called him Soldier.
Oh yeah.
I'm Jaguar Wright.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what's up. Okay. Oh, yeah,
what's your name is, cuz?
I remember you. It's Joe. I wasn't really up there, but I was up there.
Okay. I mean, I don't blame you. Ain't nothing but a bunch of bullshit going on up there, no how.
Yeah, damn.
But see, I pray for my husband. Soldier done lost his mind. He done stole my money. He done beat me up. He pistol with me. He ran off with all my business. Well, see, Bobby been giving him all that weed with fentanyl in it. And I think it done fucked up his mind.
Damn, I ain't know that. See, I ain't been messing with them for a long time.
It sounds like there's a reason why. I ain't gonna get into your business, but if you ain't up there no more and your phone number is on it, clearly you didn't leave on the best of terms.
Nah, I ain't fuck with them like that.
I don't blame you. They nasty up there. They nasty and they got all them young kids up there, and all they do is ruin the community.
If people in the chat want to call Jaguar a liar, it's okay. Like, they don't need to be timed out. I'm not saying my moderators are timing them out, but no, they don't need to be timed out for that, because people you get to feel how you feel about Jaguar. If you do not like her, you are entitled to that. Like, I'm not gonna mute people for if you don't like her, or if you feel like she's a liar or she lies about things and stuff like that. You're entitled to that. Like, no, I'm not going to curse you out because you say, well, I think she's a liar. I think she's lying. There's plenty of that in the chat. I'm not blocking anybody for saying anything like that or timing them out. You get to feel how you feel. You get to. It's a free-for-all. Like, you don't have to, like, I promise you, I'm not going to curse you out because you disagree with her. No, that's for her to do.
On the website. So why don't nobody call the website? Why don't nobody? Don't that just sound like a scam?
It do sound fishy. That's all. Like,
you better take your name, get your name off that shop, because if something
Mentally ill or not, what Jaguar is doing is completely public, and Jaguar is a very intelligent woman. So there's a lot of things that she does, as intelligent as she is, deliberately. So being mentally ill does not mean that you don't lie. It doesn't mean that you don't stretch truths. It doesn't mean that you don't exaggerate. It doesn't mean those things. And it's not excused because you have a diagnosis. It absolutely is not.
To do, because they told me, like,
you got my phone number now, and you know who I am. If you need my help, I'll help you, because they beat me up. They beat me up at that shop.
Nah, that ain't cool.
Yup. It was all on YouTube.
Really?
Yup.
Yeah.
Well, see, he been working with that dirty cop Ramirez, and Ramirez has been protecting him.
Yeah, Ramirez, was it the DeSoto cop?
Uh-huh. That little Mexican nigga, he about in his early 30s now. That pussy fucking George Floyded me, hog-tied me, stepped on my back, almost broke my fucking wrist. And I know him and Bobby is friends because he be always up there getting blowjobs in the parking lot while Bobby be servicing people. So I know what's going on.
Oh, shit. If he on duty with that shit, it's over with.
Like I said, it's on.
Yeah, for real. Okay.
Get
so
your number.
Yeah, cause I'm finna call Google. They've been emailing me. But
you better call Google. You better call Google and tell them that is a drug empire, and I do not want my name attached.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Hell yeah. Okay, damn. I appreciate you, man.
Look, I was just calling to see if Bobby was gonna answer.
Please hit the like. Please hit the like. It's over 3,700 of you in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit the like. Please hit the like.
Low key, yes sir, yes ma'am, for sure.
Well, you just look to me. The devil always get his due.
Yeah, I don't care what it is. The Bible say vengeance is mine.
Look, he done this to himself. But you're not gonna sit around just trapping people up and intimidating people and getting the cops to intimidate people because you paying them money so your little drug empire can go. Because I think he pushing for the Jimenez cartel.
Damn.
That's what I heard.
Damn. Bobby going crazy over there.
You know the cartel. You know them Jimenez. They the ones that killed that little girl and her whole family in Lancaster a few years back.
Oh, okay. Damn.
You remember when they came and cut up the whole house? That's who Bobby fucking with.
Damn. Oh,
he fucked that shit up. Them niggas gonna fucking have fun with him and his whole family.
Fuck him off.
Sorry. Shout out to Celeste. Thank you so much for the cash app. Thank you so much, sweetie. Shout out to is it Tamiko? I hope I'm saying that right. Shout out to Tamiko. Thank you so much, sweetie. And shout out to the Faith. Oh, sorry, hold on. And shout out to Samantha for the cash apps. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
For that before Bobby try to pin it on you.
Okay, I will. I'll talk to you later then. If you need
Lock my number in. Lock my number in.
You said it's what, Jaguar?
Jaguar Wright Johnson.
Okay. Hold on. Jaguar Wright. Okay. All right. I saved your number real quick.
All right. You can save it and you can call me anytime you need me.
Okay. Thank you.
But listen to me. You don't deserve. You ain't up there. You shouldn't be stuck with it.
Yeah, for real. I ain't know all that was going on. I would have been trying to call Google.
You got a website and a phone.
If he's truly afraid of her, yes. Sorry, I was answering a question about the restraining order, but shout out to the Factor. Shout out to Shady as well. Shout out to SC. Should Goomba get a restraining order? If Goomba feels like he's like really afraid of Jaguar, then I would say yes, but I don't think Goomba is afraid of Jaguar. What I think Goomba is saying without saying, when he says that he's afraid of her, I think he's afraid of what he'll do, not more of what she will do, because he wasn't afraid of her in the relationship. So if you weren't afraid of someone while you were with them, why would you be afraid of them upon exit? I think it's more so of him fearful of what he would do to her versus what she would do to him, and more so of I fear what I would do to her because of what she would try to do to me. Is like what it gives. So but yeah, I don't think that he's like literally afraid of her. Like, no, I really don't think that.
Guess what? At least he'll have friends when he go to prison.
Yeah, he will. He been already. Man, but
I guess he want to go back.
I'll talk to you in a minute, though.
All right, go ahead and handle your BI.
Okay, thank you.
And send me a text message so I can lock your information in.
Okay.
All right, bro. What's your name again?
Joey.
Hey, Joe.
Gerald is not innocent at all. Okay, Goomba just like Jaguar played a part. We all play a part in what goes on, cause and effect. Now, there's some things that we do that we just simply don't deserve. Some people do things to us that we're not deserving of, that we did not warrant, but we can't tell people how to fight. So just because Goomba probably wouldn't have done a lot of the things that Jaguar did, does not mean that there was not things that happened that made her react set way. So again, both of them were toxic inside of a relationship. And I think that that's what people keep overlooking, is that they're in a relationship. We are not a part of their relationship. Although it may seem that way because this is so public, we're not a part of it. So since we're not a part of their relationship, we don't get to judge and say who's innocent, who's guilty. No, if a relationship is this tumultuous in the public, then that means that both parties are guilty. Both parties are, you know, there's no victim here, when it comes to either one of them. It may seem because Jaguar is so boom, 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 that it's just like, is her being the aggressor in the situation? Yes, but it's tit for tat. It's a back and forth type of shift of energy. She does something to make him upset, he does something to make her upset, and he may not realize what he's doing to make her upset, but ignoring her calls and stuff like that, something as simple as that can make someone upset. And then she going forward and saying that he did ... to set card, and he goes and stays with set woman. Then this woman gets on a live and comes at Jaguar and tries to... So there is things that he's doing. Like you're adding to this. You're not innocent. So it's like no one's innocent. There's no victim here besides Sam. Sam is the only victim, in all of this stuff, because he's just there. He's an innocent, guilty by association. He's just associated with the people that are going through all of these things, all this chaos that's around him. It's not what he wants, but he can't help but be involved because he's there. Type of situation. He's not adding to anything. There's nothing Sam needs to take responsibility for. So yeah, he's the only victim. He's the only innocent in the equation. But other than that, yeah, no, Goomba's not innocent, and neither is Jaguar. Now, Jaguar may have done more. She may have hit a little harder, but Goomba was hitting back. With the warrant and the girl and the divorce, and that we really ain't married, and all of that. I mean, he was swinging back. So there nobody's innocent. I would agree. I would agree.
Jag.
Okay, I got you.
All right, Joe. Take care now.
Thank you. All right.
Bye bye. Y'all think I be playing? I don't be playing. Okay. Shaka, can you please turn the music down? No, let's go to this one.
Good afternoon. This is the police.
Yes, my name is Jaguar Wright, and I need to speak to the detective that stole my phone.
I have no idea what detective stole your phone, man. We have quite a few.
I was just sat there in front of you and told you that they seized my phone because my phone had evidence on it. I need to speak to him. Don't be ghost with me. It's still Black History Month, lady. What drugs? I ain't got no drugs.
Hi, you have reached the DeSoto Police Department Investigations Division. All of our investigators are currently out of the office or on the other line. Please leave a voicemail with your name, reason for calling, and case ID number if available, and we will get back to you as soon as possible.
Oh, did it start over? Hold on, I ain't got time for this. I don't have time for this. Hold on. I'm just gonna fast forward. I don't have time for this. I really don't. Let's just do this.
Right now, we're trying to get control of my emails back. Guess what? Since you want...
Okay.
When you're finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options. This is Jaguar and Wright Johnson, also known as Jaguar Wright. Since I've been released. Now, this was before I got arrested. I called the VA for my husband.
She says she called the VA for her husband. Okay, so this is all about Goomba. Swallow Goomba.
You've reached the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. We are here to help. Para español, oprime el número 2. To reach the Veterans Crisis Line, if you are a U.S. veteran or service member or are calling about one, press 1 to connect it. I'm playing this one, Veteran Williams. Veteran Crisis Line. Your call will be recorded. Your call may be monitored for quality assurance purposes. During the silent transfer, you may hear beep. Please stay on the line as your call is transferred to the next.
I don't know what her fixation is with the barbershop. I have no idea. I don't get it. Besides them allegedly putting their hands on her, I really don't get that. And I think it's Bobby. I don't know if he...
My husband's trying to kill me. He's stalking me. He's stealing my money. I can't get into any of my devices. He's now hacking and following me. He told my goddaughter.
Now, she said that her husband was trying to kill her. Okay? This is Goomba she's talking about. Okay? So she's trying to get what Goomba allegedly did to her onto him. And this is before Goomba does the white warrant or the mental health warrant, if you will. And that's because he was called, not him going down to the station and filing anything. No. That's why he states in the email that I didn't file it. No, they contacted me, and they contacted him because of Jaguar. She told them to. So when they called her this day, when she called them this day and had them, because this is the day they basically were done, Goomba and Jag. They were already done at that point, because Goomba did not come and get her out of the police department when she went to jail. And when he didn't come and get her, remember, Legina bailed her out, and all that stuff. So at this point, they're not around each other. Okay? So with her saying this right here on the phone, love Jaguar to death, but it's not the truth, because he wasn't around you. He wasn't there. So at this point in time, she was just trying to basically get him in trouble, is what it's giving. And that's not me defending Goomba. That's me just telling the truth. It's right here, in your grill, So he was not there. She starts off the call saying that he's trying to kill her, and all this stuff. Now she's also going to talk about the bandmate. The band saw her do, or saw Goomba put his hands on her. That's not true. The bandmate, he said he would testify for Goomba if Jaguar tried to take it somewhere, because that did not happen. That was not true. Right? So when she's on this call literally trying to get Goomba committed, is what she is, trying to do. So I definitely want you to pay attention to that.
You can hang up or press 1 for more options. This is Jaguar and Wright Johnson, also known as Jaguar Wright. Since I've been released. Now, this was before I got arrested. I called the VA for my husband. You've reached the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. We are here to help. Para español, oprime el número 2. To reach the Veterans Crisis Line, if you are a U.S. veteran or service member or are calling about one, press 1 to connect it. I'm playing this one, Veteran Williams. Veteran Crisis Line. Your call will be recorded. Your call may be monitored for quality assurance purposes. During the silent transfer, you may hear beep. Please stay on the line as your call is transferred to the next
That's Jag laughing in the background. She's playing recorded calls while she's doing commentary.
My husband's trying to kill me. He's stalking me. He's stealing my money. I can't get into any of my devices. He's now hacking and following me.
At the beginning of this, Jag says that this is before she went to jail. No, this is after. Because everything she's naming is after she went to jail. Him hacking her devices, not letting her, all of that was, remember, that's when she got out of jail. Okay, so no, this is after. Because that's what it's saying. Like everything you're saying is after you got out of jail. None of this happened before. This all happened after. But that's why I'm like, yeah, no, Jag, you started that off a little wrong, sis. Because no, this is all after. So pay attention to that.
You've reached the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. We are here to help. Para español, oprime el número 2. To reach the Veterans Crisis Line, if you are a U.S. veteran or service member or are calling about one, press 1 to connect the... I'm playing this one for everybody. Nosy bitch. Your call will be recorded. Your call may be monitored for quality assurance purposes. During the silent transfer, you may hear beep. Please stay on the line as your call is transferred to the next available VCL responder. My husband's trying to kill me. He's stalking me. He's stealing my money. I can't get into any of my devices. He's now hacking and following me. He told me, well, actually, he didn't tell me. He told my goddaughter that if I came home, he was going to consider me a threat and shoot me. I went to sleep in my car last night. I had to call the police on him twice. Like, why don't you people go pick him up? Hey, can I start by getting your name, ma'am? My name is Jaguar and Wright Johnson. Okay. And a good callback number, Miss Jacqueline, just in case we're disconnected. You don't have it on your switchboard? Ma'am, can I get a good callback number just in case we're disconnected? I hear you, but I'm just asking because my phone number is very sensitive. And now, so you said you called, your husband has been threatening to kill you. Yes, for the past 2 days. He assaulted me last night at my show. My show was canceled because he told my band he was having me arrested. I was a thief, and they didn't have a job anymore, so go the fuck home. Okay. Then he assaulted me in front of my drummer. 6 men had to escort him out onto Cockrell Hill Road. Then he stalked outside, waited for everybody to go back inside when I was sitting in the car. Then he had the key to the access panel, got in the car, hit me, and spit in my face. And then the guys had to pull him off of me out of the car and escort him off the property again. I'm so sorry to hear that this is happening. I have no money because he's hijacked all of our business money that comes in from our local TV channel. He's spending it. I have $5, a quarter tank of gas, my son and my goddaughter, and we have no money because he's taking everything. Right now, we're trying to get control of my emails back because he hacks into my phone and my tablet and shuts it down and puts a password on it so I can't get into it. I couldn't even call 911 last night. Okay, so you weren't able to call the police? He took over my fucking phone! Okay, is he with you now? No, he's not. What the fuck do you think? Okay, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm just trying to make sure that you are safe. Yeah, I'm safe. I told you I slept in my fucking car. Okay, and so do you have any family or friends in your area? Bitch, go get him. Send somebody go fucking get him. This nigga's threatening to kill me. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. If he runs up on me again, like he busted my fucking windshield on a car I just bought, barely at the beginning of the month, I'ma shoot him. Do you hear me? I will defend myself because he is a wild fucking animal right now. I will shoot him and I will put him fucking down. Fuck around with that fentanyl. I don't want to do that. He's a veteran. You know what y'all done to him. Go get him. Get him some fucking help. He's been bleeding out his ass for 3 weeks straight and refuses to go to the hospital.
Now you hear her. She says, go get him, go get him, go get him, go get him, go get him. She is literally trying to send them after Goomba. Go and commit him because of all of these things that he's doing to me. So that's what I'm saying. It backfired because she's the one who actually got basically committed for it. Because the police, this dispatcher, they ended up contacting Goomba. They did. And when they called him like, are you okay? Like, can we send you help? You know, and all of that, because they're basically thinking like he wants to like end things, you know, in his life. And that's not what was going on, you know. So they had a calm, you know, conversation, and it's like, oh, okay, well, clearly he's fine. You know, type of situation. So after that is when, because of this call, is when the police came and like reached out to him about her. So that's when he agreed to set white warrant or the mental health warrant that they wanted to put out on her. Now, where Goomba comes in is because Goomba could have vouched for Jaguar, and I don't think he realizes that you could have vouched for her, you know, if you wanted to, and just say like, oh, well, you know, I have her on medication and stuff like that. It would just, you know, da da da. But I feel like with him being angry and playing tit for tat because of what she was trying to do to him, that he was just like, you know what? No, go get her, you know, type of situation. And that's why I said I can't necessarily blame him, because literally she's doing all of this against him. So this is all deliberate. That she was literally trying to get the same thing that just happened to her done to him. So I can't knock him. I can't get mad at him for just doing what she did to him, because that's all it was, honestly. That's literally all it was. He was just doing to her what she did to him. But let's keep listening. Again, she's trying to get Goomba arrested or mental health warrant.
Okay, and so do you have any family or friends in your area? Bitch, go get him. Send somebody go fucking get him. This nigga's threatening to kill me. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. If he runs up on me again, like he busted my fucking windshield on a car I just bought, barely at the beginning of the month, I'ma shoot him. You know what y'all done to him. Go get him. Get him some fucking help. He's been bleeding out his ass for 3 weeks straight and refuses to go to the hospital. Okay. Now, I know that this is very hard for you to go through now with what you're going through with your husband. He needs help. He needs help. Okay. Have you been in touch with any local resources, any shelters, any? What are you talking about shelters? What would I need a shelter for?
Andrea says, Sean, do you think she did this once it was confirmed Goomba was chilling with his ex? I'm wondering, no. That is when she came out, because this was all before. She did, when she found out about the ex, that's when she came forward, and from my understanding, from what I'm gathering, is when she came forward and said that Goomba blew up the car. So that on is what I feel that the ex being involved with her anger. But this is all before. She even had it before any of us knew, I guess. about this ex. So yeah, I think it's after. Yeah, because yeah, all of this happened before. So when she found out about the ex, that's when Goomba blew up the car. Ooh, not Goomba need diaper. Ooh, I cannot. Okay, but let's keep going. Thank you for the super sticker.
Family or friends in your area?
Bitch, go get him. Send somebody go fucking get him. This nigga's threatening to kill me. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. If he runs up on me again, like he busted my fucking windshield on a car I just bought, barely at the beginning of the month, I'ma shoot him. Do you hear me? I will defend myself because he is a wild fucking animal right now. I will shoot him and I will put him fucking down. Fuck around with that shit, I don't want to do that. He's a veteran. You know what y'all done to him. Go get him. Get him some fucking help. He's been bleeding out his ass for 3 weeks straight and refuses to go to the hospital.
Okay. Now, I know that this is very hard for you to go through now with what you're going through with your husband.
He needs help. He needs help.
Okay. Have you been in touch with any local resources, any shelters, any?
What are you talking about shelters? What would I need a shelter for?
You said you were sleeping in your car.
Yes, I slept in my car because I couldn't go home.
Okay, do you have anywhere to go?
Bitch, didn't I say I was safe?
Okay, ma'am,
No, because you started pissing me the fuck off. I don't need no shelter. I'm not some poor veteran's wife who married him because I ain't had no job. I have a Roku TV channel. I am a YouTube content creator. I have money. Do you know where I'm at right now? I'm at the studio where I film all of those videos that go viral every other fucking day. Now I'm telling you, he's been online talking all kinds of shit. He's spiraling out. He's fucking stalking me and he's threatening to kill me. What you gonna do about it?
Okay, would you like for me to do a three-way call over to the police so you can talk to them and tell them
He's not at home.
Okay, still, you can call, we can do a three-way call and you can...
He's in the streets, plotting and waiting for my location on my phone to pop up in an area where he can so he can kill me.
Okay, and so if you feel threatened...
Wow. Wow, that's a lot. Shout out to Nikki Storm. Sean, could you at least thank my super chat since you won't show it? What? It's simply facts written respectfully. I guess it doesn't match the narrative. There is no narrative, and I don't give a damn what you say. Like, you're weird. You guys have to stop coming in here like you know me. You don't. Doesn't matter how much you watch me, I promise you. I've never known anybody with the last name Storm, ever. So, yeah, you're weird. So what do you mean, what narrative? It's only a narrative if you're over here being biased. I'm not being biased. So what narrative, what are you talking about? Like, please, again, don't come in here loud and wrong. Now, moderators, block her immediately. Like, please get her out of my life. Literally. Like, please get her as far away from me as possible. Shout out to is that Ayasha? I really want to say her name right. He bust her windows on a new car. Wow, did anyone ask about that? I did ask about that, and from what I was told, the car when they first got it, I believe a window shield was cracked, but no window was like busted out. So I was confused about that too, because from what I told, all the windows were fine, but I believe the front window shield is like cracked, but it's not like busted. I don't get that. Shout out to Yoruba Goddess for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. Shout out to NJB for becoming a member. Love you. Girl. So yeah, she definitely did. Please get her as far away from me as possible. Like, girl, like a super chat. I don't owe you anything. Like, I really don't. And my chat goes fast because I'm Poppington. So again, if I'm looking at the screen or looking at something, I just don't see them. And my chat moves a lot slower on this side. It's not literally just like on YouTube. It's not. Literally. Like, I get all of the comments that come in on my end are late. They're not earlier, right? Like how you're viewing YouTube, you see it as soon as somebody posts, you see it. I don't. It takes it a minute for it to come through. So that's why sometimes the super chats literally fly past to where we don't say it at all, because the chat's moving really fast. So if it's moving really fast in front of you, imagine it on my end with a delayed chat, so it's not deliberate. And then again, there's no narrative over here. We're completely unbiased. You can have whatever opinion you want on Jaguar. I'm not over here like Goomba too. Like, I mean, it's a free-for-all. When it comes to them, I just find that weird. So it's just like narrative. Like, girl, shut the fuck up. Like, you sound dumb.
Thank you and have
It's my fault. You sound like mad stupid. It's like, what are you even talking about? Like, okay. You do this and fit the narrative. What narrative? How? Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, would you like for me to do a three-way call over to the police so you can talk to them and tell them
He's not at home.
Okay, still you can call. We can do a three-way call and you can.
He's in the streets, plotting and waiting for my location on my phone.
Hi, friend. I love you, Fishy King Pain. Thank you, Daphne.
You feel threatened, and there's ways that the police can get to him or call him.
Ain't y'all the veterans? Ain't y'all the veterans hotline?
This is the crisis line.
Exactly, this is a crisis.
Thank you, Elaine. I sure do.
Why you asking me to call the police and I called you? He served his country. Y'all shot him full of anthrax. He's all kinds of fucked up from the IED blast, seeing people turn into pig mist. He has all kinds of night terrors. He beats me up in his sleep, don't even know it. That's what y'all done to him. He can't even work a fucking job. That's why he works for me, because no one else can hire him. I'm sitting here calling the veteran hotline, telling you that one of yours is sick and needs help. And you're telling me to call the police?
I can also reach out to him if you would like for me to. I can reach out to him.
His number's 214. We should have started there. His number's 214-664-5024.
Okay.
Now you're thinking.
Okay, ma'am. I just want to make sure.
You're very ineffective. Is there some kind of place where I can go give a review? Because I'm going to give you 4 thumbs down.
Okay, what's your husband's name?
Gerald L. Johnson Jr. His doctor used to be Dr. Ed Tahi. Then they switched him over to this other bitch with this fucking nurse that likes to call him and flirt with him and shit. Fucking unprofessional bitches. Fuck the VA. For real. Fuck the VA.
Telephone number, ma'am?
For the second time. 214-664-5024.
Do you have his date of birth?
7/21/84. Don't know it. I'm not a thief. He know mine. That's why he robbing me blind.
Okay. And his address?
You know, I swear to God, I'm sitting here twitching and tweaking because I suffer from PTSD, and I feel like I'm doing a whole questionnaire, like a survey.
Ma'am, when we make contact with him, I just want to make sure I have all the
information. I gave you his number. You haven't called him yet. I gave you the number twice.
Okay, I want to make sure that you
say it. Please don't repeat it.
Okay, ma'am. Now, I want to check in and make sure that you're okay and you're safe. You said you're at your studio, correct?
Right now, I am being triggered. My PTSD, I am triggered. And you ain't making it any better.
And again, I am sorry that you're going through this, ma'am. Now, are you currently having any thoughts of suicide?
I'm thinking about killing you right now. I ain't gonna lie. Jesus help me. Please, Jesus, forgive me for my thoughts.
Okay.
If another fucking nigga asks me if I'm ready to commit suicide, I might become a murderer. I got everything to
Are you
live
having
for.
any homicidal thoughts towards your husband or
No, just
anyone
you right now. God help me out. Please forgive me, Jesus.
Okay. Okay. But you said you're at your studio. Do you feel like you're safe at your studio?
There's a doorman here. There's security here. And I'm in a locked loft. And I have not left since I blocked my car.
Okay.
And I'm not alone. My son is here, and my goddaughter's here, who he has emotionally abused and battered. And they're witnesses to everything as well. As the 50 other people who watched him attack me last night like a wild dog as they had to drag him in the Taco Hill.
Okay.
Ain't you gonna call me?
Yes, I'm going to make outreach to him. Now, once I make outreach to him, would you like to receive a call back if I'm not able to reach him?
Yeah, that would be nice to keep me in the loop, considering it's my life on the line.
If I'm not able to reach him, I would not. If I'm able to reach him, I would not be able to call you back.
That's right.
If I'm not able to reach him. Now, would you like for me to tell him that you told us to call, or would you like to remain anonymous?
Yes. Tell him I did it.
Okay. And now, so just to confirm, are you having any thoughts of suicide?
So, because she's gonna go ape crazy. So again, you heard her. She wanted the operator to tell her husband that she was the one. Ooh, shout out to Toya Gaines for the Cash App. Shout out to Valerie as well for the Cash App. Thank you so much, sweeties. Thank you so much. She wanted him to know, like, I called them on you. I'm the reason you get locked up. So basically, it's just like she wanted them to go over there and lock him up and say, we're over here locking you up because of your wife. This is courtesy of your wife. Okay. So Goomba returns the favor and he's evil. She literally, this VA call was to get Goomba a mental health warrant placed on him, or a white warrant, so that they could commit him for at least 72 hours and put him on a hold, a 72-hour psychiatric hold, because she's stating all of these things about him. So with her behavior, it was easy because it's a projection. She was projecting onto Goomba because she's threatening people and, saying all these things. She's going to be widowed and, all this on the phone with the operator saying she's thinking about, taking her life. And, she's saying all these things. So when it comes to the stalking, technically Jaguar was stalking Goomba, within those moments. So it's just like, well, this is you because he ain't nowhere around you. And you're making calls to get him, basically hemmed up because he won't come back to where you are, because he won't listen to you. So you are trying to come at him, get even in any way, shape or form, is how it's looking. And it definitely backfired. Instant karma with that situation, because when the police contacted him, because they contacted him because Jaguar told them to. So, Jaguar was trying to chastise, if you will, Goomba, by having the authorities go over there and again put a hold on him for at least 72 hours because it was stating that he is not mentally stable, that he's unstable mentally, so that he can't be free. She doesn't want him to be, because she can't necessarily get him incarcerated. And at this point in time, she did not know that Goomba was hanging out with certain parties. Now, once that backfired, she went to jail. This is how, because she played the calls backwards. When you do recordings, it goes down like, like a list, or like it's like a list. So it's like if I do a recording, then my first recording is going to be here, and then I do another recording, it's on top, and then I do another recording is on top of there, and then so on and so forth. So as she's playing the recordings, it's actually the the first recordings are at the bottom, and the newer recordings are at the top. So she's playing it from new to old. So this phone call with the VA, she actually made this call before she made any of the other calls to the mayor's office, the DeSoto Police Department, all of that stuff. All of that happened after this VA call. This VA call, it did not work. So since it didn't work, she went to other measurements to try and get something done. And what she was trying to get done is, since she couldn't get Goomba, I feel like she was trying to get Goomba's friend, Bobby, and ruin the relationship that they had, because, divide and conquer. So that's what she was doing, because Goomba even went live on his IG, which is still up, stating that the things that she was saying about Bobby's shop and whatnot was not true. So again, she's poking, the bear at that time. So again, this call was first, the VA call. That is why they were looking for her, because when you're on a crisis call, on a crisis line, it is the crisis line, the operator's job to basically do everything in their power to save you. They're not supposed to end the call with you until they get help, near you or to where you are. We're not near you, to where you are, type of situation. So just ending the call when the operator feels that you may be, in a harm to yourself or others, they have to call back. So it's like being on the phone with a 911 operator. If you hang up and they don't have the necessary information that they need, especially, or if they feel like you're in danger, they're going to call you back. And then if they can't get you on the phone, they're still going to send officers to try to either ping your location. So they're going to try to find you, type of situation. So it's the same thing with Jaguar. They just didn't know exactly where she was because she ended the call. So they had no idea, because the operator was trying to get that information when she was questioning Jaguar about the studio and whatnot. She was trying to figure out exactly where she was, but she didn't know. So she was trying to figure that out. So when Jaguar ended the call, it's the crisis operator's job to get her back on the line, to call her, especially if she feels that, again, she may be a danger to herself or people around her. And she named that she had a goddaughter around her and that she had a son around her too. So it's that operator's job to make sure all parties are safe. And if they can't get you back on the phone, that's when they will contact the authorities. So that's what they did. The crisis line operator contacted the authorities and let them know about her. So that's why when she called Goomba, the crisis line operator, they contacted the police and let the police know that they made contact. So then the police did a follow-up and made contact with Goomba as well. That is when the conversation for the evaluation to be done on Jaguar, the mental health warrant, came up. And Goomba could have vouched and said, she's fine, blah, blah, blah. But he decided, what? She's doing all this to try to get me. She's trying to get me committed and, put her in the hospital. Do it to her. Like, go ahead. Lock her up. So that's what happened. So this is where this came from. So I feel, a lot of people kind of like overlooked it, but this is where it all started. It started with this call with the VA. So because they have been looking for her ever since then. So that's what I'm saying. With Goomba, if you look at this email that Goomba has sent Jaguar, that's why I said he is not lying. I just think that he don't realize what a mental health warrant is. But he says in this email, I'll make it bigger again. I did the mental health warrant on you. It's expired now. I never called them to issue the warrant, which he is not lying about. They called him because of Jaguar. So if she wouldn't have called the VA and did what she did with this call, they would have never called her. Called Goomba. So Goomba would have never had an opportunity to put a mental health warrant on her. That's what she was trying to literally do to him. It backfired. That's all. Instant karma. Because she is believable. Could she like well, all the stuff she was talking about? Oh, he's trying to KIL me and da, 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 da. Projecting. You're projecting all of your emotions onto him because this is how you feel right now. You are literally harassing him. You are literally stalking him, trying to figure out exactly his location, trying to send him to get incarcerated or thrown inside of some padded walls. She was doing everything in her power, and she said that she was going to be a widow, all of that stuff. So it's like you're projecting, onto him within this moment because all the stuff you send by him, the police see all of these characteristics with you just based off that phone call. You're threatening people's lives, all type of stuff. So, and then you got to remember, all of the other calls happened after that. So, to the assistant of the mayor, the DeSoto Police Department, she talked to multiple people plus a detective from the DeSoto Police Department. So she talked to a lot of people. So they were looking for her, and that is why she went to Shreveport early, because I believe that they came over there and knocked on the door and whatnot and was looking for her. And she, I don't know, she told them to tell whoever opened it that she wasn't there, but they were definitely there looking for her. And I believe after the police left, they left and went to Shreveport. And I believe that they went to the house that they still don't have the keys for is because Jaguar was on the run. She was on the run. So that's why they stayed there instead of going to a hotel and whatnot, because the police and whatnot can find you there due to your ID, getting it, they can find you there. So she was going to try to stay somewhere where she didn't have to worry about that. If you pay attention, after Jaguar and Goomba and Sam came onto my live, Jaguar went over to the official Kingpin. She was in the car the entire time. Why? You have all of this house. Why don't you just sit in the house and go live? Why are you sitting in the car? Because you're not supposed to be in the house. So that's what that were. She wasn't supposed to be in there. So that's why she was outside. I mean, it makes complete sense. I mean, why not just stay in the house if you can be in it? You can't. So that is why that happened. That's why she was there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, once you put it together, it's pretty simple. Yeah. So that's what I have for you. That's what I have. So is Legina still around? Yes. Legina is definitely still around. Yeah, she's still hanging in there. She's still hanging in there. Tasha did handle her very professionally. Yes, she did. Oh, not I cannot. But yeah, so that's what happened. So she tried to get him committed and it backfired. That's it. They have been looking for her ever since then. That is why they left a little bit early, because they were always planning on going to Shreveport, but they left early because they were looking for her. So that's why they went and stayed at the home. Yeah, because she was on the run. Like, I mean, she was literally running from them. So yeah, that's what that were. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I love you guys so much. I have to get out of here, but I will do probably in the morning a short live. Probably yeah, I'll do a short live in the morning if I figure out more about the long term or short term. I do not know if this is going to be long term or short term. Where she is right now, they can keep her. They can keep her. Where she's at right now, they can keep her to up to a year. Is what I know as of now. Are they going to keep her that long? I don't know. I don't know. But she would have definitely been out today because she had court today. Yeah. She had court. And where's Jaguar? So with her being where she is right now, they could keep her. Because it's not like she's like at the hospital. So that's not what that were. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for all of the super stickers and super chats and the cash apps and all that stuff. I love you guys. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for supporting my channel and being here. Again, please pray for Jag. we love her now. Even the people that don't like her, just say a little prayer for her. She's still a human, pray that she gets the help that she needs. If you feel like she needs help and that she needs, maybe a short-term stay or a long-term stay so that she can get herself together, pray that that happens, yeah, because I definitely am. I really hope if they do keep her, it's just short-term. I really don't. I really hope it's not long-term. Because short-term does not mean a week. It does not mean that. Like short-term can be 3 months, 6 months, it doesn't mean that, and long-term doesn't mean forever, but it could be. It could be. It could be. So we will definitely see. So yeah, I love you guys. And we will be back live tomorrow. Thank you again so much for supporting me. I love you all. Bye.
Fresh, 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 fresh,